The next dramatic effect in my life was a man I met by the name of Mr. Earl Schoaf, who introduced me to health and nutrition as a business and a product, who introduced me to network marketing, where you could start at the bottom and go to the top. Best of all, he introduced me to the idea of personal development. And here it is. You can have more than you've got because you can become more than you are. Success is something you attract by becoming an attractive person. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. I started hearing those ideas age 25, and it revolutionized my whole life. First, I was excited about the product because my mother had studied health and nutrition all of my life. I was the beneficiary. So was my father, who lived to be 93. And then to discover it as a product and a business blew my mind. Profits are better than wages. That changed my whole look at the economy, the look at myself, my paycheck. It was incredible. Those ideas drastically changed the course of my life. Guess what it did? Set for me a new attitude and philosophy. So make this note now, philosophy determines attitude. It's not something that requires working around the clock. It just requires simply a commitment. Here's what I did. I started part-time. That's the magic. So make this note. Teach people the magic of starting to work part-time. Here's what I think I've discovered with those that have decided to work part-time. They've told us they were going to work 10, 15 hours a week, but here's what happens. They become part-time distributors. So I think here's what we ought to try to teach. Let's go full-time, part-time. If you're going to dedicate 10 or 15 hours, a week to the business, just fill up those hours with activity and phone calls and flyers and on the internet. It doesn't matter what you do. Start making the contacts, but fill up that 10, 15 hours. Go full-time, part-time. Now, here's what's exciting about being part-time. It's the most extraordinary part of Herbalife's value that we can give to someone who joins. You'll soon be taught by people who've become extraordinarily successful from every walk of life that you can possibly imagine. It's worth that alone to join Herbalife, just to get in on the training, to see if it won't affect your thinking, your philosophy, your attitude, and change your life. So I met this extraordinary man, Mr. Earl Schoaf. He gave me these opening ideas for changing my life, building my business. It was absolutely incredible. Then I was a distributor for 7 years. And signing autographs one more time today reminds me of when I got my first autograph. It reminds me of when I took my first picture with somebody important and went home and started telling the story. That's why I probably linger a little longer doing the autographs than most people do, simply because I remember that first time. And I remember how important it was to me. On my trip to India, I started a program. We had some leadership classes as well as doing a seminar for the distributors and for the public. And I promised in the leadership classes that I would sign everybody's journal, not just the few who came up. But I took the time and we arranged it, and it worked like magic. A couple of rows at a time coming by. Sign, say hello, look them in the eye. Sign, say hello, look them in the eye. Everybody in the leadership classes. And the feedback has been absolutely incredible. Taking the time, because I know how important it is, those early days after I met this extraordinary man. Then let's go about 27 years ago when I'm doing this little talk and seminar in Los Angeles, California, and in my audience is a young man, 19 years old. His name is Mark Hughes. What an extraordinary day that was. From the Girl Scout story, and then to meeting Mr. Schoaf and starting to change my life, for gaining the experience that was going to serve me well all of these years, then finally meeting Mark Hughes, where I could make a deposit of my experience and life and heart and soul into something I believed in. Those were 3 extraordinary occasions. Then let me look back at just one more. When I first started traveling with Mark 21 years ago, I met with a group of distributors. I told them that I was an only child. I had no brothers and no sisters. And I always wanted to belong to a large family. So I asked those very first Herbalife distributors if they would adopt me into their family. They agreed to do so. So I'm now in Hawaii, not just with my friends, not just with my business associates. I'm here with my family. Now here's how the past becomes useful. Not to live in the past and not to dwell in the past, but to borrow the experience of the past, and then here's the second part, invest them in the future. We sometimes make the comment, he has a wealth of experience. And see, experience is wealth. What we've been through is a treasure. What we now know is so vital, not just to ourselves and our families, but to the people we're going to meet in the future and the ones we've helped to change their lives up until now. So the past is valuable if you gather it up and invest it now into the future. That's part of our exercise here these 4 days, remembering the past, using it as an investment for the future. Now here's the second one. We look back, yes, but now we look ahead. We look back for experience and we look ahead for inspiration, setting our goals, your family goals, your business goals, the person you wish to become, the skills you wish to develop, the people you want to meet, the places you want to go, the experiences you want to have, building a financial wall around your family nothing can get through, the health you want, the person you wish to be. All of those goals are important. Here's what my mentor taught me when I was 25, for your notes. He said, if you have enough reasons, you can do the most incredible things. He says, Mr. Rohn, I think you've got the experience and you've got the skills and you certainly have the desire. Here's what you might be lacking, a long enough list of reasons. Reasons that drive you, reasons that get you up a little extra early, reasons that keep you up a little extra late, reasons that make you a team player, reasons that make you solve the dilemma of your own challenges and then start helping somebody else with their challenges. Reasons, that's what makes the difference. In an Herbalife, we've got a lot of reasons based on our history and based on where we are. I think part of our reasons for the future is going to be just a little revenge, right, John? A little revenge for the people who said we couldn't do it, for the people who said we wouldn't last through the 3 years of transition after Mark died. It's going to be such a delight when we get the report that we passed 2 billion, right? And we're going to get on the phone. For those who said, you know, the chairman's club's going to leave and the president's team's going to leave and Herbalife is going to fall apart, we've got some good reasons now to succeed. And for those who said we wouldn't make it this far, for those who said, now that Mark is gone, the dream is gone, we just can't wait to get to the 2 billion. Then the 3 billion. No telling who we will get on the phone and call and tell and show, and the pictures and the photographs and the albums we will have by the time we reach 3 billion. Then I can't wait for the day to come when Michael Johnson walks on the stage, and after we've gotten the final accounting, and for the goal that he worked so hard for, and the staff that worked with him, and all the stuff we've accomplished, especially this past 9 months and in the next couple of years, when we present him with a refined accounting in a well-bound book, and when he opens it up, Michael Johnson will read, "We have just reached the 5 billion, Mr. Johnson." Of course, we paid the price. How many of you have children at home that couldn't come, that allowed you to be here? How many of you? Looks like almost everybody. When you get back home, tell them thank you from Jim Rohn for making those sacrifices so that you could be here. I'm telling you, when we get to the 2 and then the 3 and the 4 and the 5, here's what we're going to say. Small price to pay for the glory we now share with each other. It's going to be fantastic. So, look back, look ahead, set your goals. Here's the next one, and this one is so important. Look over your plans. Maybe you've got too small of plans. By the time we've finished here tomorrow, you might have scrapped some old plans and made some new ones, or made sure that the plan you've got is well tuned and well refined. As we speak, almost hourly and daily, the team at home office, continually revising, continually shaping, continually refining, making it more simple, making it easier to tell in terms of products, but all the rest of it, from the support staff, from all these countries represented here around the world, fine-tuning the support staff. That's going on while we speak. We should all do the same thing. I'm fine-tuning my own plan, right? These next years, working with Herbalife and all of you around the world, I've got some plans for myself, my own growth, my own development, fine-tuning my own skills. So look over your plans for the future, your plans for your family, your plans for your health, your plans for your organization. Make sure they're in place.